What'd you see from Nate today in terms of being able to take that next step after a tough week last week?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it's good to get in rhythm, and it's a second week now. So had a good work day today.
Does it feel or look like things might be slowing down for him a bit?
Yeah, Winnipeg, man, I give Winnipeg credit. After watching the film and stuff, we didn't have a good answer for them, so it was much more than just Nathan. I know he's going to say he needs to play better, and he can play better, but we didn't have good enough answers for what they were doing, and they had us flustered, and that wasn't just on Nathan.
Yeah, you mentioned after the game that teams have been taking a similar approach to defending you guys, and you've got to find ways. So what are some of those ways?
Yeah, I mean that's stuff that we've been discussing on things we got to do better. But they Winnipeg in particular has had people flustered, not just us lately, and so we got to crack that code and go from there.
What are you seeing from the receivers? Are guys getting open?
No, we were having trouble last game. That's what I refer to about this not all being about Nathan coming back from the NFL and not being ready to go. I think they had a really good game plan, and we never could figure our way through it. And like I said, Nathan will say he can play better, which he can, but far be it that was on him.
Feels like it's been a bit of a tale of two seasons for you guys. Start off hot with the 5-1 start,
yeah.
Going through a bit of a skid here. What's the difference between those two halves here, and what do you have to do differently heading into Ottawa?
It's not only this, but our pass game hasn't been what it was before. So we actually do some good stuff on defense and special teams, and we've been running the ball. Like Standback ran the ball for 100 yards. So usually the conversation with us has been, well, how come you can't run the ball better? And you're throwing all the time. So we just got to get our mojo back in the pass game, and then we'll be on the right side of the scoreboard on these games.
How difficult is it to get all of those pieces going at the same time? The pass game, the rush game,
that's it. It's a work in progress. I've been saying since the very beginning about how the parity in this league, about how people are equal and people's records were different, but that the ability of teams is not that much different. And you see it happening with who's beating who now. And the key over these next, for our 8 games, is going to be which teams are getting better, which teams are improving, and you need to be better in all areas, because it's really up for grabs, and I think the West is up for grabs, and lots of reasons for us to want to keep working and keep going, and we want to get back in the win column.
Feels like it's been a long time since the West has been this up for grabs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and the East has been beating the West more than it has in several years, and so it's really compacted the standing. So like I said, it's really there for the taking. Am I happy about what's going on right now? No. Part of my job is to see the big picture, and we're 1 point out of first place with eight games to go. So there's a lot of stuff there for the taking, and we need to just make sure we do our part on improve and making sure we got our hat in the ring and go from there.
How about Vernon? Saw him throwing a little bit at the end. Have you got a timeline or a plan for him?
Looks better. He's not going to dress this week. We're going to not mess around with him, but he is definitely taking steps. I was like, even literally having a spring in his step. He wasn't just walking anymore. He was jogging and doing stuff. And so I think it's coming quick. We always had said August, and I think that's going to hold true. We'll have to talk to our doctors and Vernon, but I think the Victoria game could be realistic, but we're not going to mess with him this week, and we're actually not even going to send him on the plane. It's a 10-hour ride, and the last plane ride kind of messed with his knee a bit, so we're going to do everything we can, like I said, to get him full treatment so that he's ready to go hopefully next week.
When it comes to the passing game, is it more of a scheme solution or winning one-on-one battles?
Yeah, both. I mean, it's on everything. We need to have. Well, you have some better answers. Like I said, I give Winnipeg really good credit for what they were doing. But yeah, it's everything on scheme, playing better, all those things.